Hello, and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'm temporarily diverting my focus away from my Tamiya Juggernaut, and I'm debuting my Tamiya Super Clodbuster. The body is fairly beat up, as you can see, because I actually bash her often when she was in one piece. And that's because a couple of winters ago, when I was bashing in the snow, I didn't see the curb that was behind the snow and hit it square on. I ended up breaking the front suspension arm where the front shock connects to, right here, right here, and the part of the chassis where the suspension arm connects to, so it's pretty shattered right there. A little background history behind this particular truck. I might have already mentioned it in my previous video, but my best friend actually bought this for me, and I got it as a Christmas gift back in 2015. At the time, I mentioned to him that I'm bidding on a Tamiya Juggernaut from eBay, and he told me not to get it, I guess because he wanted to surprise me with this truck. But I had already won the bids and ended up with two trucks. So really in the beginning, I wanted to put the Juggernaut together first, but when I saw this video here, I ended up finishing up this truck first. And also because this truck, because of this truck, I didn't get to finish my Tamiya Juggernaut until recently. I had so much fun driving this around, and also because I think that because of more parts are available for this truck, so I'm not so afraid to bash it around. But it's kind of ironic in a way. She's not together yet. Anyway, I'm slowly purchasing some parts for it now, and to gradually put her back together. So hopefully you guys follow along with this project as I eventually revive her back into shape. I was actually about to put this axle back together, but I think it's a good chance to show what I have brewing inside. First, some of you might be familiar with this. So this is part of a Thorpe limited slip differential made for the Clodbuster. It has a ball diff, and it has an adjustable tension to limit the slip of the diff. I was able to get a hold of a pair of this, but for some reason I can't find the other good one. This one was seized up when I got it, and I messed it up pretty bad when I was trying to unseize her. So I think I applied too much heat when I was trying to unscrew it. Since this is made of aluminum, when I put it on the vise, the vise just kept on squeezing down on it, and basically crushed it. And still, like, it didn't really free it up, so that the thread on it's all gunked up and marred up, and it didn't really free it up. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. See if I can make a 3D version of these parts right here to at least get this part to work. But at the same time, I was also thinking of some things, maybe temporarily, as a substitute for it. So in here, is what I came up with. So I was able to print this out before I had an issue with the 3D printer. What this is, basically there's two halves like this. There's holes in there, and as you can see, there's a channel and a O-ring inside. So the O-ring's gonna keep the grease inside the diff. So here's the diff, and this is how it kind of comes together like that. So if you see, it doesn't, because of all the crowning or castle, or whatever you want to say, it locks it in place like so. And then I took this diff gear to work and basically use one of these as a template and drill the holes, the 3 holes in it. They're 2 millimeters or 1/16 of an inch. So yeah. So I took some measurements and figured I need to either move the diff or this counter gear here, so it wouldn't interfere with this counter gear. What's right here? Actually, let me go ahead and just remove all this. So, but in order for me to shift this over so it wouldn't interfere with this, I had to basically mill this down shorter. You can see it's this about 2 millimeters shorter than the other one. And so basically doing that makes the diff shift over 2 millimeters. And then so what would I need to do is put a spacer on this side of how much I took off of here. So 2 millimeters off of there, and I gotta put a spacer here, right here. So this is actually made from those brass bearings, the small brass bearings that came with the truck. I had to basically, shave it down slimmer, and then I had to enlarge the hole. I tried to drill it once, but it just shattered. I grabbed another one and I just filed the inside to make the hole bigger. Also, the shaft, the differential shaft, I had to basically, this part right here, I had to mill it down also and make this shaft, well, not really make it longer. I mean, it's making it longer because I had to mill that part down, just because I needed to be able to push this in deeper. Oh no, so I had to drill the inside of this to get rid of some of the spline, to be able to push it in deeper, because of there's this flat spot here, right there. This flat spot is bigger than the spline. So let's see if I could demonstrate it with this one. Initially, I couldn't push it in all the way to butt against the E-clip because of the spline. So what I had to do was drill the inside of this side, and then to be able to push it in deeper like this. But for the other end, I had to trim down basically the end of the shaft, so that I'd be able to push it in further in the diff. Obviously this is, my truck has been in pieces, so I haven't had a chance to test this thing out yet, and I'm hoping that this works out, because right now the rear is locked by those solid aluminum diff. I don't want to lock the front completely like the rear, because I normally run her with front wheel steering most of the time, and then occasionally throw it in 4-wheel steering or crab steering. So currently the radio transmitter I'm using, I'm borrowing from my Tamiya TLT, which is originally from a Red Cat, probably ground pounder. So with this system, I can, with this switch right here, so you can see it's in front steering, crab steering, 4-wheel steering, rear steering, and then back to front steering. I really want to give this back to my TLT, and I'm probably gonna, I'm definitely gonna have to purchase a new one for this truck and my Juggernaut. If obviously if this works out, like I mentioned, I want to put the same thing for the rear, because when I do put it in 4-wheel steering, I can hear the tire, the inner tire binding, because it's locked. So hopefully this works, or hopefully I can find the other 4 differential that I bought, or get this one working. So anyway, that's all for now. I'll try to catch some videos of this build along with my Tamiya Juggernaut project, so, and then eventually show some running videos soon. Oh, before I end the video, I want to show you guys what motor I'm using for this truck. So it's actually a 3100 kV motor. There's a heat sink on it, but it rarely gets hot. So but I've noticed that the pinion gear is all chewed up. It's the original aluminum pinion gear. What surprised me was that the plastic held up, and the aluminum, which is metal, is the thing that got all chewed up instead of the plastic. So that's pretty amazing. Anyway, I want to show you guys the slip, the diff action. So you see that it's spinning the other side, and just to prove to you guys that it's not locked, I'm gonna spin this side right here. I'm gonna put it, I'm holding the other end, and it's spinning right there. So I don't hear any sort of binding. So that's actually working. So actually I forgot to mention, the center diff is lubed up. I'm using the same silicone grease that I was using or showed in my last video. So it's I haven't run her yet, but I will, and right now it's looking promising. Oh, I'm using the J Concept rear behind axle steering for this truck. For the rear, I have the the other type, I don't remember what it is, but I'm also gonna shift this to the J Concept ones because I like having the bumper on, making it look like it's stock-ish, just with the exception of the body. So yep. All right, that's all for now. Hopefully you guys follow along with this project along with my Juggernaut one. Thank you for watching.